This is a violet wand, and what it does is it runs an electrical current. This attachment attaches to me, and the last time that I used it was for somebody who had a little bit of a superhero fetish. I ended up getting dressed up in that superhero outfit, turned off the lights, and what he ended up seeing was electrical currents jolting out of my fingers at him. You want to make sure people have no pacemakers for this device.
Hello and welcome to Rise TV. My name is Eduardo, and today we have a professional dominatrix joining us. Hi, Ava.
Hi, lovely to see you again, meet you again.
In 10 seconds or less, can you tell us what BDSM is about? I know it's a huge thing.
10 seconds or less. All right. BDSM is a framework that plays with power dynamics and sometimes fetishes and ideas of relationships. Is that 10 seconds?
Perfect. So tell us a bit about what you're required to do as a dominatrix.
As a dominatrix, what would happen is people would come in and they would share their fetishes with you, and you would be the authority in that relationship. We kind of go through these different fetishes, and we weave this little story in this time together, and we enjoy ourselves, ideally.
Can you give us an idea of how many slaves you have?
5, 6. So 6 that I keep in touch with, and 7 here. I would say I'm particularly close to 1, 2, 3, 4 of them.
Tell me a bit about what kind of people they are.
So I have different people who I interact with, and because I mostly practice my dynamics as a top or as a dominatrix or a mistress, the people who are in that circle who I have relationships with are submissives. I think a lot of people come with the fantasy that they really want to relinquish everything, that they want to hand over their bank accounts, which is actually remarkably simple compared to handing over their free time. They want to just never have to think another thought for themselves, which sounds like, an incredible release. And I can totally understand how that's a wonderful thing to want to step into, a total surrender. And one thing that I make the slaves do is that they have to kiss my foot right and left in the mornings, and they always have to put on my shoes for me. It sounds basic, but...
So why do you think they want all of this done to them?
When it comes to BDSM, it's an incredible opportunity to explore unmet need, and for them that might be an ability to trust somebody enough to do that, to the entirety, to help you decide when you're allowed to go to the bathroom, that they're paying so much attention to you and how you fit into their life. It's like an extreme level of care in a sense. I think that's what a lot of the people who come to me are looking for.
And what's a takeaway of that you think people in conventional relationships can get, from someone in a dom-sub relationship?
Yeah. In BDSM, it's a long tradition now, and everybody starts an exchange with a negotiation. Everybody thinks about what is my identity? What do I actually want? Do I want a top? Do I want a bottom? Am I happy kind of going in between it? Do I want none of it? These are all questions that people are asking themselves and each other. And so the communication level is high. So I think the main takeaway from me, from my practice of BDSM, is that we don't communicate. And it's amazing that this gives us a framework to start to explore what we want and what we can do for each other.
And off of that, it's we don't communicate with others, but we don't communicate with ourselves. I think many people don't know what they like. But, like you said, in BDSM, no matter what dynamic it is, you have that play.
Power dynamics exist everywhere.
Thank you so much for tuning into our conversation with Ava, a dominatrix. For me, this conversation was a reminder that our identities are not always so set in stone, and that the act of total surrender, even if just for a short while, can be quite a liberating experience for anyone. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.